That countdown music is awesome. Hello from the bunker. We have some rough storms coming in, so sorry for the lateness. So I'm down here in my cult fan in-laws basement, probably where they want to keep me forever and ever and ever. But too bad for them. Things are starting to turn around. At least I hope so. To break it all down, all of the free agency and Titans news, Bradley and I are coming at you. And Bradley is really happy. Let's get this over with. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fanboys Unleashed. We have entered the free agency period. Things have happened, and we're ready to talk about it. My dreams are destroyed in a pile, while Bradley's continue to soar. Soar higher, higher and higher, and they just don't look like they're going to stop. I am your host, Mr. First Down, a.k.a. Sam Dean, and I am a Fanboy Unleashed. I am also joined by Bradley Mangold. He is also a Fanboys Unleashed, and he's going to unleash on me. So go ahead, sir. Your boy Cam Ward, by all accounts from Ian Rappaport and everything, is going to be wearing two-tone blue. As I put on Facebook or on Twitter, gentlemen, it's been an honor serving with you on Team Tradeout.
Well,
Mr. Mangold,
pump the brakes. So let's get into this. This is, obviously we've talked about this numerous times. Sanders' draft stock has fallen a little bit because the interviews, people are not being totally thrilled. Sam Darnold winning. Wait, he went to the Seahawks, which good luck there in Seattle. They just got Cooper Kupp today, so hey. Gets another good receiver there in Seattle. We did sign Brandon Allen, so we'll dive into that a little bit later. Aaron Rodgers, everybody's saying he's going to Pittsburgh after getting DK Metcalf. Still waiting on that. Russell Wilson had an interview with the Browns today, and I think he has the Giants tomorrow. There has been no mention of the Titans yet. So right now, yes, all eyes are on Cam Ward, which he has looked good. I am comparing him, kind of reminds me of Steve McNair when it comes to his body frame and his.
Oh, you said the name. You said it.
But doesn't mean he's going to be good. But here's the situation. I did get caught up by a couple of Titans fans. I can't go through my Facebook and look them up because here's the situation. Yes, we are so far on the projected path to getting Cam Ward, but the Giants might make us a great offer we can't refuse. You never know. And we might roll Will Levis out there. We'll see. I did like the offensive signings, Kevin Zittler from the Lions. That was a good one. I like that move. Good job, Titans. But here's the bad news. So I wanted Justin Fields. And Titans fans blew up saying, some Titans fans blew up saying, what is he proving? What, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen. You didn't let me explain why I want Justin Fields. So let me explain to our beautiful, wonderful audience. I want Fields for two reasons. One, he's still 26. He's a heck of a pocket scrambling quarterback. He knows how to maneuver in the pocket, and he can escape. Under Arthur Smith, he looked good. Steelers, though, they were always going to go to Russell Wilson when he was healthy. So that was the plan no matter what. Him going to the Jets, I was shocked. I guess he went there to go team up with his buddy from Ohio State, Garrett Wilson. So good luck.
I think that was the more of the coach than anything.
Could be. So this is the biggest reason why I wanted Justin Fields. I wanted him as the bridge quarterback so that the Titans need to learn from the mistakes, and I don't think they have. Amy is still on my watch list of, I think she to not fall in the same rut that they have been in. My So the reason I wanted Justin Fields is because if we do draft Cam Ward, number 1 overall, he's going to start right away. You cannot not start a number 1 overall pick,
Unfortunately,
especially how Will Levis played. So with this franchise being where they're at, you're throwing Cam into the fire. Even though the offensive line did get upgraded, the receiving room is still not upgraded. Calvin Ridley is and we got Van Jefferson, which is he's a little better than NWI, so that was good. We got a replacement for him. But I don't want to make the same mistake the Titans did with Mariota and just throwing them into the fire right away, especially with the new GM. Because the last thing we need is that the Titans come out slow and bad, then the GM might have a target on Brian Callahan's back and say, listen, we gave you a number 1 overall draft, we picked the offensive line for you, you're still not getting a job, you're fired. And you're just going to put Cam Ward into the spiral of these situations we saw with Mariota, 4 different offensive coordinators, 3 different head coaches. I don't want to see that happen to Cam Ward. That's why I wanted Justin Fields, because we all know, I said this, I would like to take Arch Manning in the future. The problem is we can't guarantee we're going to draft Arch Manning. Now, the only team that we could trade with in this draft is the Giants. That's depending if Russell Wilson goes to the Giants, I'll be just I don't know why, but if he goes there, I'll be dumbfounded because I'm pretty sure he wants to go to a contender. The problem is the contenders have their quarterbacks. So that's my fear of drafting Cam Ward. I think he can be good, but just the state of the franchise where they're at right now in Tennessee, it could easily backfire. He can still be good, but everything surrounding him might not be good, especially, the sign of Brian Allen. Okay, a lot of people, I didn't have that happening, but we knew something was going to happen at the quarterback position. Adil Carter, I'm not worried about his injured foot. That will heal on its own. I don't think he's an injury bug. I think he's going to be a good football player. Still got Travis Hunter flown out there, which I don't know how that's going to work, especially with him in the NFL. So if we draft Cam Ward, great, because like I said, I can't go in the next season watching Will Levis start another game. I'm done watching him start. And hey, if we draft Carter and we do roll with Will Levis, he'll get my support because he's going to be a Titan. But I don't want to watch him play no more. I've watched enough of him. So, but that was my point of getting Justin Fields. I'd rather have him be the bridge quarterback than drafting a rookie, no 1 overall, and then throwing him into the fire right away. Not because it's not Cam Ward. I'm more worried about the Titans franchise, where they're at right now, compared to the entire framework and outlook of Cam Ward. He did have a good college career, but it's the Titans. This hasn't worked out in a very long time for a quarterback. So that's my take. That's why I wanted to.
Well, I thought you were going to blow me to pieces with your cannon or something like that. I really thought you're going to go, how's your team trade out? And I would say, not very good. It's very bad. Well, here's
it still could happen. You never know what the Giants might offer. If they don't get Russell Wilson, they might throw us everything.
No, when Ian Rappaport's talking about it on Pat McAfee, it's happening. Cam Ward's coming. And I will be very shocked if it happens otherwise.
Right.
Especially just because Brandon Allen was just signed. Brandon Allen is a backup quarterback. So if he's here, he's fighting Levis for the backup spot. That's what it is. And I don't think that's any secret to it or whatsoever. Cam Ward's the proverbial favorite. Maybe it's Sanders, but let's be honest, it's probably Cam Ward. I just don't see how it isn't. And look, he's going to start, but we have to remember Chad Brinker is from Green Bay. You draft him young, and you and your young players all play together. The best thing I saw, Paul Koharski posted this, the number one ingredient to everyone they've signed is they've barely missed any games.
Yep.
They've all played in the high 90s percentile of all of their games. Xavier and Van Jefferson, I think, have one of the highest snap counts in the league, I think is what I was reading. And Zettler. The sneaky good signing here that nobody's talking about is Cody Barton. Cody Barton is a dog. He will go out and grab things, and he's going to be a leader on this team. I guarantee that. But it's funny because everything is now shifted. It's guys that are going to play the entire time. And then, of course, our new NWI, the new NWI is Corey Levin. Corey Levin will always be in this team some way, somehow.
And Morgan Cox.
Yeah. Oh, man. I can't tell you how happy I was when NWI went to Miami. People were at me, man. They were at me, and I was like, "It's over, dude. We could have drafted someone better 3 years ago, but no, we stuck with this guy. You know, just silly."
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
very good point about Van Jefferson. So I'm gonna get the scoop real fast because I said this. I mean, we both made posts on our fan on our page on Facebook, and we had great Titans fans give us great comments about, hey, you guys. I mean, listen, NWI was reliable because he didn't get injured. That's probably the best thing about him, but he never had a 500-yard receiving
Just be called
season.
a hater. Just be called a hater with him, Bradley. It's fine.
We're haters. We're haters.
You hate NWI. Yeah, that's just say it. We just hate him. Doesn't matter if we think someone could be better in that position. If you don't support NWI, you're a hater. That's how they. That's how people perceive this.
I'm glad we traded Kenneth Murray because he had injuries. He couldn't stay on the field. Get to see Cody Barton, Cedric Gray do what they do. Xavier Woods, welcome to the Titans. I like that. Kevin Zettler is probably I'm going to say Kevin Zettler is probably my favorite signing because he's a good right guard. Killed it in Detroit. I like him. DeMont Jones and Dan Moore. I understand he faced a gauntlet of great defenses in the AFC North, so hopefully he might be a little better here.
I feel like that's a Papa Callahan get. Like I feel like he pointed that guy out or something.
Hopefully it works out.
Apparently the Chiefs were trying to go for him too, so the Titans had to make a move quickly. So they did.
Yeah, there's a lot of good moves. I was shocked that I wasn't shocked that Harold. I mean, I was not surprised we let go of Harold Landry. I mean,
never got better.
Yeah,
never got better.
It was time. I guess Mike Vrabel was making the same moves in New England he did in Tennessee. Kind of not surprised by that. I was very surprised the Texans traded away the Jeremy Tunsil to the Commanders. That Commanders team is going to be good next year. They got Deebo Samuel. Was it DeMarcus Lawrence leaving Dallas to go to Seattle? Sam Darnold got to Seattle. Cooper Kupp went to Seattle. So definitely some crazy offseason. I can't now. I just can't wait for the draft to see what happens. I mean, I know Cam Ward has gotten some, and Sanders were both in Tennessee for interviews, which was good. And I mean, so here's a story. My grandma worked at Holiday Inn back when in her younger days. She actually met Deion Sanders, and and my brother's a huge Cowboys fan, so we were excited to hear the story. And Deion is not he was a jerk. I mean, this is back when he was younger, so. But I mean, Shedeur Sanders, I think he's a good quarterback. The problem is, as off the field, kind of gives me Johnny Manziel vibes. Just like his maturity level being a little low, like always flashing the watch, like, hey, look, like we just focus on football. Nobody's looking at your watch. Just play the game. So, but I mean, hey, we never know. I mean, the Giants might, like I said, do it, but. If it is Cam Ward, I wish him the best of luck, and we'll see what happens. But I'm excited to see what happens. It's been a better offseason than I thought it would be. We got some good players.
Yeah,
And for a reason
I mean, they fixed the O line on paper. They fixed the offensive line. All those guys have experience. Zettler is going to bring a lot of help. I just hope Cushenberry's ready to go. I hope he's all right, because that's a hard injury to get over. Brandon Allen was the signal for everybody that Cam Ward is going to be a Titan, and I don't see any other way out. This is maybe a 0.0001% chance we trade out at this point, but some people are holding on to it. Some people say it's Sanders. Some people say it's Abdul Carter. They're going to trade back down. No. They need their draft picks. Okay, and by trading with Kenneth Murray, they actually dropped to like 90. Like into the 90s with that, which is really nice, actually, when you look about it. Borgonzi is getting things done. Sebastian Joseph Day is back, which is a great depth player. And I think there was a Jaguars guard. I think they also.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. What was it?
I know. I forgot his name.
There it is. It's at the bottom. Blake Hance.
Yeah,
so,
he was under the radar. Jags are falling apart.
They've done well. They have done well with their management, and they have cobbled together this offensive line that will hopefully, as it looks on paper, be good. And that's the one thing that we needed. It stinks that NWI left. You hear me? It stinks that he left. But now we can draft somebody better, or maybe it's time for that Oliver guy that we have in our receiver ranks to step forward. I imagine they're going to draft a kick returner. And boy, how lucky are we that Johnny Hecker, or whatever his name is, the punter, was just there for the taking. That's very lucky. Very shocking about Stonehouse being let go.
Yeah.
Very shocking. But then when you start to look at its numbers and everything, you're like, wow. Shocking.
My biggest issue with Stonehouse, and we had that discussion back during the Dolphins.
He's all power. He's all power.
Yeah, he's just the lack of hang time on his punts, and he always out punted the coverage to like when the returners caught the ball, there's literally no defender 10 yards near him. Mm-hmm. So even though I love Ryan Stonehouse, but it just is what it is. Like, he wasn't Brent Kern. Like, Brent Kern was a guy that can pin you inside the 5, 10, 20-yard line, no problem. Stonehouse kind of had that issue. And at the time, it's just like, I mean, it's just crazy that, like I posted, like, are you guys seriously crying and losing sleep over losing a punter and a third or fourth string wide receiver in NWI? No. Like, if you lost sleep over Harold Landry, I can understand that. But not over NWI and Ryan Stonehouse. Even though I really like Ryan Stonehouse too, it just great leg. But I mean, maybe that injury did have a psychological effect on him. Like, okay, I just gotta get the ball quicker so I don't get my legs snapped again. There is an interesting. I can't remember what I was listening to at the time. One of the NFL analysts said that he would love to see Tennessee Titans go after Kyle Pitts. I would love that, because he's not being used right in Atlanta. I don't know how they're not using him right. And, hey, Delaney Walker, when he came here, we revived his career, and I love Delaney Walker. Kyle Pitts is a big, fast tight end. I mean, I don't know how we'll get him, but that would be nice, just saying. But
I think these guys are in love with their draft picks, though. I don't think they don't seem like the type to be like, here, let me give you draft picks. And
I still like Chig. We just need more of Chig, more consistency.
Yeah, exactly. Wiley's the guy that proved to be a tight end that could catch and block. That was the shtick. Chig is not much of a blocker. He has blocked before, but you can literally look at film of Wiley blocking, and it's way better. It's just way better.
We saw Chig block on film, and it was not good.
No, it's not great. It's not great, and which is a bummer, because I had a lot of hope for Chig. I really thought he was going to be top dog. I really did. But anyway, that's yeah. We are hamming for Cam. for having a Cam. If it
Cam or
isn't,
Cam?
listen. Carlos here got his credentials to go to the combine. Got there, sit with the dogs. Hey,
that's awesome.
You're the man, Carlos. You're the man. So
awesome.
Well done, sir. Well done. Hope you're doing well this evening. I'm sitting in a secret bunker, hoping the storms don't blow us all away when they finally hit, which is probably at 2 a.m. or so. You're welcome. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, we're as you can see from the middle graphic I put here, we are indeed hamming for Cam. It is happening. Hoping, yeah, me too, Carlos. Bradley gets his version tomorrow. We get my version today. We are not happy with storms here. These warnings are going to be in effect till 6 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. 6 p.m. tomorrow, we're stuck here with storms. So if you're in the path of these storms, especially in the really bad areas of the Mid-South, the Alabama and Mississippi, please be careful out there. Well, why? So you could terrorize me every day? I don't think so. I won't do that. I won't.
Was it warm there today? Because I know up here it was hot today. It was at 78 degrees. So
worse, we have hurricanes and floods. Oh, wonderful. We just get the nighters. Yeah, so you can damage me every day. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so with all the free agent signings, which one is your favorite, Bradley?
Yeah, offensively, I have to go with Kevin Zittler. Love him. Needed a right guard finally, and defensively, I'm going to choose Cody Barton. I mean, DeMont Jones and Xavier Woods was good, but I like Cody Barton. That's a good one.
I'm going to go DeMont Jones because I'm a big defensive line guy, and he can play edge. People tend to forget that he can play edge, which helps you. And I'll go Jefferson here. I think I'm not saying he's going to blow the doors off anybody. That's a good locker room guy, and that's a steady presence, and you'll need that after NWI. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, Zedler is
definitely outside Calvin, really.
Zedler and Barton are my probably the biggest signings, really. And kind of crazy. We talk about people moving positions all the time, but it's actually happened. Latham is going to right tackle. And just like that, it's done. It's kind of shocking because people always say, well, you can move this guy here, but they never really move him. And then they're actually moving. I would love to know.
We'll see. I mean, I was kind of hoping he'll stay at left tackle just because I like Skoronsky and JC together on that left side, especially in the run game. So we'll see how that works out. But, I mean, at first, if you guys did watch, I thought Shadur was going to be the guy, and then just everything.
So did I.
The interviews, Cam Morgan started gaining momentum, and he kind of reminds me of Steve McNair. I mean, that's not saying like his game plan. I'm just saying like his body work, his frame. It kind of gives off that Steve McNair.
Mekhi Becton. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that Becton hasn't been signed yet either. I thought he's done a good job. I just don't.
Philly's done a great job with him.
Yeah, maybe there's something else that we don't know.
Philadelphia, man, what a team! Shout out to them. I know they're trying to. The Green Bay Packers pushed the. I made a post about that. The Green Bay Packers didn't make a initiative to ban the tush push, so we'll see how that goes. I just
tush push.
But yeah, if it is Cam Ward, I mean, we're in this situation unfortunately because of Will Levis. It is what it is. I mean, if we went back to last year's draft, maybe we could have grabbed Bo Nix instead of JC Latham, but we were focused on the offensive line at the time, so that's understandable. But even though Bo Nix did do a good job, I'm waiting to see what JJ McCarthy can do in Minnesota still. It sounds like he has for now, because I know Aaron Rodgers.
What is going on? What is going on in Minnesota? What is happening?
I mean, I've heard Aaron Rodgers might go there. That's what they're hoping.
But why?
But
you have this quarterback which was going to start until he tore his ACL. Is he
I want to
that
see.
all?
I want to see JJ play because he was doing good. I know it was just preseason, but he was doing good. I mean, listen, if we draft Cam Warren, I'd be happy. Is he going to be Jaden Daniels good? Probably not, because Jaden Daniels he's.
I think he's got a stronger arm. Cam's got a stronger arm than Daniels. I think. I don't know if the accuracy is there, but he's got a strong arm.
Yeah, the accuracy will probably be the troublesome part for Cam Ward.
So my hope, by the way, before my dreams were smashed into the ground, just stepped on, and then Bradley peed on them just to claim ownership. No, I would never do that. My dream was they're going to sign Joe Milton, and they're going to start Joe Milton, and he's going to get his chance, and the Tennessee boy comes home, and my hopes were all filled. Titans signed Brandon Allen. Well, all right, so we're drafting Cam Ward.
That's another reason why I wanted Justin Fields also was to give us that move to trade back in the draft, get more draft picks, get Carter, but
who wants to go up there to New York, really? Like, I know this is like there's 32 teams. Everybody always says that there's only 32 jobs. But, like, you're going up to New York. That press, they are savage. They are absolutely brutal. And I bristle at, like, when Big Jeff gets mad at the press and whatnot. I'm like, bro, do you want to go to New York? You want to go to Philadelphia? You want to go to Boston?
Man.
You want to get asked those questions? Those guys, they're rough.
I mean, the only thing that makes me nervous is, like I said, Amy makes me nervous just because, oh God, it just brings me back to the Mariota, Mike Mularkey, Mike Frabel.
And in the past, it can't hurt you anymore.
Oh, I know, but it's like, just imagine if, I think Amy was the owner. Yeah, if Amy just said, "Hey, what if we gave Matt LaFleur a head coaching interview? What if we just did that?" That's just the stuff.
Vrabel took you on a wild ride, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's the stuff that just keeps you up at night. Like, you're sleeping, and then Matt LaFleur could have been our head coach. Like, just one of those situations that you just like go back and look at. Like, man, we had Matt LaFleur. Potentially, nothing against Mike Frabel. I think he's a solid head coach. We're still looking for that offensive-minded genius head coach. And the
question I have about Vrabel is he going to make the same mistakes because he's bringing the same coaches.
Yep,
I don't think that's a good idea. Keep some of them, sure, but you're bringing the same guys in there. It's not like those guys were good here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were bad.
Outside Arthur Smith, that was.
Arthur, if you always wonder if Arthur had stayed because that offense hummed when he was in charge of it. But yeah, it stinks. You gotta get out of the hypothetical land, Bradley. It does you no good. We're hamming for Cam now. We're hamming for Cam. See, ham for Cam. It says right there.
I know, but it just makes me nervous. It makes me nervous with the new GM. I don't know how much tolerance or patience he's going to have with Brian Callahan if things don't work out to his vision or Amy's vision or Brinker's vision, whoever is going to be.
Well,
because that's the issue with the new GM. Like Will Levis, like obviously this GM didn't draft Will Levis. Brian Callahan doesn't want Will Levis. This head coach, Brian Callahan, which I still have faith and hope for him. But this GM didn't hire Callahan. So I don't know. Like, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Like, hey, what are we doing with Callahan? I just hope if we start off slow again, do not fire Callahan right away. Let him finish the year. Let him get full experience with Cam. So if we draft Cam Ward and everything goes the way it does, and let's say like we're 1-6 in the first 7 games.
That's the other reason you have to draft a quarterback, by the way. You don't have a choice.
Right.
At that point.
And I just don't want to see Callahan get fired over something that he didn't have control over.
Out of a roster that's out of control. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I'm a Phoenix Suns fan. I got to watch this piece of crap team every night because we signed 3 all-stars in Booker, Durant, and Beal. We spent all that money on a big 3, but the whole team sucks. It's like, yeah, look what you guys just did. You just put the franchise in poverty because you wasted money on a big 3, but the rest of the team's not good. So I don't want Brian Callahan to be the scapegoat.
No, I don't want him to be either, unfortunately. But you do have to take into effect that Brinker said the one thing that he sold Amy on or whatever was patience. And she's stepped away. She hasn't done any of the press conference or anything. She's like, okay, I'm out. Like, you guys are. I'm only going to come in if you guys want. Like, if I think you guys are screwing up or something like that, I'm out. So hopefully she stays true to that, and she just lets these guys try to get something going here. So far, I'll tell you this. I'm very shocked that the offensive line got put together. We have been waiting for that for 2 years, and it finally gets done. It makes you a little furious with Rand and everybody there for a second, just because these guys come in and they go, oh, okay, this guy and this guy and this guy. Right. It's not going to be the best O-line in the world, but it's way better than what you had. Way better by a mile. So, at least they can give you
more makes me nervous, but I'm not giving up on them. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch them.
I'm okay with it because I feel like I don't think he's terrible. He's not terrible, and I think he'll get better under Papa Callahan's thing. That's my theory. I hope it gets better under Papa.
Well, like to the point Wes brought up, like in the AFC North, you got Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, the Ravens, so you're gonna give up sacks. So in this division,
you should be happy about then, right? You're not the Bengals fans right now. Goodness gracious.
The only I feel bad for Bengals fans just because their owner is very cheap, doesn't like to spend money. So I've said this. I mean, I knew T. Higgins wasn't gonna come to free agent. I knew he wasn't gonna hit free agent because he already said he'll take a pay cut just to keep paying with Joe Burrow. I'm like, who wouldn't? So yeah, I mean, I was shocked that Josh Allen won MVP. He deserved it, but I was just kind of shocked that he won it. Because now there's even more pressure on Josh Allen to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So that's fun. But my expectations from the Titans are good right now. I know we're going to be rebuilding for the next couple of years still before anything gets going.
I guess that's my other question to you, and we'll have to round this up because it's past 30 minutes, and people's attention spans aren't that good anymore. What do you feel is a successful season next year?
If we draft Cam Ward I would say at least 6 wins or 7. We gotta get somewhere at least double that, because if the quarterback we had was just smart and didn't make dumb plays, we would have won probably 3 or 4 more games.
That's 5 games. They counted it. 5 mistakes he made cost you 5 games.
Exactly. So that's why, and I know he worked with Jake Plummer during the offseason. I'm like, dude, I mean, I'm not making fun of Jake Plummer or anything, but it's like you couldn't go work out Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. You couldn't reach out to somebody else. Especially
he'll have his chance. Oh, yeah.
Well, if we draft Cam Ward, no, Cam will be the starter because you can't bench a number 1 overall pick. If they do, it'd be funny as hell. I haven't seen it, but the issue I have with Levis, he just reminds me of Jameis Winston. That's all. And Jameis Winston can put up great passing yards.
Jameis Winston on this team.
Winston can put up killer passing yards and touchdowns. The problem is he's been in the NFL for this long. He still can't stop his turnovers. And I think
he's the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah.
So that's how Will Levis is going to play out. But
howdy, Pete. How you doing?
The issue with Will Levis is we saw that his pocket awareness was just not good. He stepped into sacks, and then he just made even against the Texans week 18 against the backups, he was throwing bad footballs. And I'm like, dude, these are the backups. You should be lighting them up. So I know Cam Ward
find it very strange that I run into people that still defend Will Levis.
No.
Mind-boggling to me.
I think what Wes said, week 9 to week 14, the offensive line was in the top 10 from those weeks. And yes, it's all about matchups. Like the Jaguars game, we lost 10-6. He was pressured only 4 times.
Right. You just couldn't do it.
There? Yeah, there's no – you got to stop with – there's no excuse to be made. You either have it or don't. Like I said, his college numbers were not even great. He threw, I think, 46 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, something like that. So it wasn't like look at Mariota in college. He threw over 100 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. That was great college career. But unfortunately, playing at Oregon didn't translate to the Titans at the time because Ken Whisenhunt was just not a good hire choice for a head coach.
Look. Mariota was never going to do it. Okay, he's just not the guy.
First 2 years were good, and then
he's not the guy. Look, if he was as good as everybody thinks he is, he would have taken off with the Raiders. He would have taken off with whoever, Eagles. Pick your team. Wherever
I'll take him now as a backup.
He got a rare second chance with Atlanta to really take hold of that team. Couldn't do it. Oh
yeah, Kirk Cousins is still out there.
I know. Well,
no one's touching Kirk Cousins.
So the other issue is that Mariota was the best politicker. What I mean about that is he kissed every baby. He signed every autograph. He was nice to every single person that he came in contact with, and people absolutely loved him. Used his money for fundraising, a very large percentage of it. Everybody loved him. So when he stunk, it couldn't be his fault. It had to be everybody else's fault. But I'll tell you, this quote was the quote that stuck with me with Mariota. He says, I don't have to adapt to anybody's game. They have to adapt to mine. No, sir. No, sir. Dick LeBeau, his own defensive coordinator, says you either adapt or you die.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game. And I don't think he's ever learned that. And I got to be honest, I lost respect for him when he left Atlanta early. I mean, he just left him there because he lost his starting job. Awful. Stinks. But
I'll take him now as a backup I know
Jaden
Daniels has.
As soon as they're available quarterbacks out there, there they are. The Mariota truthers out there. He's coming back. He's coming back to save us. And I'm like, oh, for heaven's sake.
Not to save us, but just to be a good mentor. He's been a very good mentor for Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels has talked very high praise about him.
Everybody
feels awesome.
He's super awesome. Just
didn't work out. Yeah, I agree. It was a 50-50. It worked out or it's not, and it didn't. So we'll see. I know we got April 20. Is it the 20? When is the draft this year?
24th through the 27th.
So not here quick enough. We'll definitely see. I'm very intrigued to see what happens. Hopefully, if it is Cam Ward, I hope it works out. If it's
Cam, it's got to be
now, yeah. Because I know Aaron Rodgers is either Pittsburgh or Minnesota. Russell Wilson, I don't know what he's gonna do yet. If he chooses the Browns, I'm gonna be like,
he doesn't have the luxury. I don't think anybody really wants him.
I was shocked that Myles Garrett came back. He's like, I want to be traded, and then he's like, no, I'm gonna stay. I'm like, dude,
$130 million. Oh. Sign me up. So it is all about
for Cleveland. Not when Deshaun Watson's your quarterback, and poor Cleveland. But hey, I mean, we're right there with you, Browns.
Go Guardians! Woohoo! Anyway,
right? Baseball's coming. I can't wait for baseball.
I know. I'm psyched. I am psyched. Anyway, that's all we have for this evening. We hope, if you're a fellow Titans fan, that you have come to accept the ham for Cam. Because that's exactly what we're doing. We are hamming for the camming. That's the life we live by. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes and subscribes. We appreciate all of them. Be safe tonight, everybody. The path of the storms. Be safe, all of you out there in Missouri that just got whiplash by it. we, all you can do is be prepared, especially. So listen to your meteorologist when they say storms are coming and don't play with it too much. Anyway, for Sam Dean, a.k.a. Mr. First Down, he is a Fanboy Unleashed. Bradley Mangold, he is an out-of-state Titans fan and is a Fanboy Unleashed. We will see you later. Continue the ham for Cam. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey, Cam, here's the ham.